Calistus, I command you to purify the whole and the members by water. Frater Dedrupos, I command you to consecrate the whole and the members by fire.
Purify the east with water. And purify the south with water. Purify the west with water. Purify the north with water.
Consecrate the south with fire.
For the honor of my refuge, I have purified the whole with water.
I consecrate the west with fire. Consecrate the north with fire. Very honored Hierophant, I have consecrated the whole with fire and incense.
Guten Abend, liebe Brüder und Schwestern des Ahathoor-Tempels in Paris. Ich freue mich sehr, heute Abend hier bei euch zu sein, als Vertreter des deutschen Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Ich überbringe euch Grüße von den Brüdern und Schwestern des deutschen Tempels. Allow me to speak to you about the Rosicrucian ideas that have influenced the Golden Dawn, especially the great structure that we are following now in our online school. In Germany, in the early 17th century, a new form of Hermeticism came into being with the publication of Rosicrucian documents, namely the Fama Fraternitatis Rosae Crucis and the Confessio Fraternitatis, as well as the chemical wedding of Christian Rosenkreuz. The ideas of spirituality introduced therein greatly influenced scholars, as well as they appealed to nobility at that time. The new influence fell on fertile ground, as the ideas spread from country to country, and those foremost thinkers of that time started to form secret circles and lodges. In the early 18th century, then, the Golden Rosenkreuzer Order was founded, in 1756. This order practiced the Hermetic Trivium, the Hermetic Triad of magic or theurgy, astrology, and alchemy. Reforming itself in 1777, the Golden Rosenkreuzer Order integrated a great structure that, another 111 years later, was adopted by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, founded by Samuel MacGregor Mathis in London. This great structure follows an inherent logic, which allows the student to analyze and integrate all aspects of his own being, as well as the different levels of the hidden forces. What these aspects and levels are is widely known. The aim of magic, or theurgy as it is called in the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, is, and always has been, to come into contact with the forces, the divine forces pervading nature, and to bring about harmony between ourselves and the greater all. That is what comprises spiritual development, to refine one's inner nature and develop the seed of divinity that lies within one's own soul. In the great structure, initiation is the most important aspect to bring about this spiritual development. During an initiation ceremony in the temple, the candidate's sphere of sensation, or his aura as it is commonly called, is actively charged with the respective forces through the Hierophant, while the candidate's mind and his subconscious as well is impregnated with the symbols shown to him in the ritual drama. Let me detail about that. The symbols that are shown and the movements in the temple directly influence the subconscious of the candidate, which will then germinate in his soul and develop later when he practices the magic and the theurgy of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. This is why it is said that the mysteries protect themselves, because only this one can control these forces who has been properly introduced to them in a physical initiation. Then the candidate may go and experience these forces as he goes about in this daily ritual work. Then he can analyze how he or she relates to them, explore his or her non-physical constitution, and refine and integrate all aspects of his being. Of course, as you all know from your own experience, this requires dedicated work on the side of the candidate. But as one moves from grade to grade and acquires not only theoretical knowledge, but first-hand experience, and develops inner peace and wisdom, one also attains the spiritual transformation, develops the lunar and later the solar body, and brings harmony to one's life in all its venues and aspects. It is crucial to understand that the aim of theurgy is not thrill-seeking by occult practices. We can safely leave that to those whose sole interest in magic is greed for occult powers. Magic or theurgy is still a misunderstood spiritual science. The general public is to a large extent still influenced by hearsay and by the imagery transported in movies. And the World Wide Web, with its availability of occult and alchemical texts, does not help much in this regard either, as the symbolical language only reveals its meaning when it is properly analyzed and integrated in the course of one's own spiritual process, which of course is dependent of one's own level of study, great initiation, and theurgical practice. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn today, as the Rosicrucian and Hermetic Orders of antiquity, provides a coherent system of all aspects of the Western tradition. We know that there is no shortcut, but that the spiritual progress can only be brought about by one's own dedicated practice as one progresses through the grades and becomes a true initiate of the Hermetic mysteries. And we can rest assured that the theurgy of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn will lead us eventually to the attainment of the summum bonum, and that each step along the way is infinitely rewarding. I wish all my brethren at the Ahathoor temple here in Paris all the best for their personal process, and keep up the good work here at Ahathoor temple. And we will also do the same in the German temple. Thank you for your attention.